There are a couple of other interesting things I want to point out about the MetaMask extension. In the last video, when I first installed MetaMask and entered the initial password, the MetaMask extension automatically generated a new account for me. You can clearly see here that I'm currently authenticated as account number 1. Right underneath, you see a weird string of characters. Let's talk exactly what it means to have an account with MetaMask. So I'm going to do a new share, and pull this up here. So when MetaMask created an account for me, it created an account that has 3 distinct pieces of information: an account address, a public key, and a private key. These are the 3 pieces of information that constitute an account on the Ethereum network. The account address can be thought of as an email address, a unique identifier that can be shared with anyone in the world, and it tells other people who you are. It identifies your account in some fashion. The other 2 pieces of information are the public and private key, and they combine together to form a password of sorts. They work to authorize the sending of funds from one account to other accounts. So, if someone does not have the private key to an account, they do not have true access to the funds that are assigned to that account. The account address, public key, and private key are all stored as hexadecimal numbers. So I have an example here of an account address, public, and private key. Again, these are hexadecimal numbers. I can grab one of these hexadecimal numbers and paste it in my Chrome console. And in fact, that's what I'm going to do now. Actually, first, let me grab, see if I can grab, all right. I won't be able to copy that. Interesting. All right, let's see. I need to grab the board to confirm password. All right. So what I wanted to show you guys is, let me see if I can pull up sample Ethereum private key. Maybe I can get like an example. Here it goes. So what I'm doing is I'm grabbing an example of a private key, and I'm gonna go ahead and then what I'll do is I'll throw it in the Chrome console. That up. And this is actually, yeah, right here. Paste that in there. All right. So, whenever you paste a hexadecimal number such as this one into a JavaScript console, it will be converted to a base 10 number and returned back to us. And again, these are hexadecimal numbers, the private key. And I've grabbed a fake one of these hexadecimal numbers and pasted it in the Chrome console. So if I hit enter right now, I'm getting a syntax error, unexpected token. All right, I'm not getting the behavior I expected here. Quite interesting. What if I paste this one? And then There we go. I grabbed the wrong one, I guess. Okay, so by hitting enter, you see this long hexadecimal number, which is actually like 1 times 10 to the 48th. So that is an incredibly large number, incomprehensibly large. This constitutes a private key, and it should never be shared with other people. If someone else gets your private key, they'll be able to access your funds to your account. It is incredibly unlikely that anyone will ever guess your private key because it is such a large number. In fact, you are more likely to win the lottery 30 times in a row than successfully guessing someone's private key. There is one interesting thing about the account that was created for me by MetaMask. Just click on here. So this is the account number 1, right? And the string of characters that we see are the first couple characters of my account address. So my account address is 0xEAAA8. Think about signing up for an email address at Gmail and then go to Yahoo and sign up for an email address. When you go to those two separate services and create an email address at both of them, you're creating two distinctly separate accounts. But in the Ethereum world, one account is used across all different networks that you will ever interact with. As you can see, my account 1 of 0xEAAA8, and I'm connected to the, well, actually, here I'm connected to the main network. I was supposed to have been connected to the R.I.S.E test network, and so there I am. Now, if I change it back to the main Ethereum network, you will notice that my account address is still identical. So we're only ever going to work with one account, but that one account is going to connect to all the different Ethereum networks out there. The main, you have the main network, the Ropsten, the Kovan, and R.I.S.E. I just said that we're only ever going to work with one account. To be precise, I will be creating several accounts in these videos, and there's absolutely no limit to the number of accounts you can create. All I can say is one account is used across all networks. We do not have to create separate accounts for each network unless we specifically want to. So that is a little bit about MetaMask. We have a better idea of how we get identified and how we connect to networks that are publicly available. I am sure you want to hear more about how we send and receive the Ether tokens. So let's pause, and in a subsequent video, we will learn about sending and receiving Ether tokens. See you soon.